This is the intro.
What is going on, everyone? It's Alonna with 570 Press. We are back with the 570 Music Chat. Today, we are chatting with Robin and John from the Bid Break Season 4. How are you all doing tonight?
Very good.
Doing all right. Hanging in there.
I hear you on this snowy NEPA evening.
Yeah, this is like the kind of weather that like I hate everybody who gets excited when the leaves fall and they're like fall. And I'm like, no, March is happening soon. This is the kind of day that reminds me of that. But here we are. I'm happy we're here.
Second winter, as I've heard of it.
Yeah, the end of winter is just the worst.
Yeah,
this is the term, though.
Yeah, see, there's like this meme where it's like you live in PA and it's like hell's front porch, winter, second winter, fall.
Yeah.
Fall,
there's
summer. Yeah.
There's no seasons anymore. We have more seasons than like hobbits now. We have way
California.
more.
Yeah, like California got nailed with snow and we have like nothing.
Yeah. I feel like our area is making out the best of it. We're getting mild winters. Our summers are way too hot though. It's just like disgusting and it's just constantly.
Yeah, I love that. I'm a lizard person, so that's top notch to me. Oh gosh, yeah. Yep, bake me on a block.
Proven lizard person.
I mean, don't broadcast
tonight.
That.
That's awesome.
Don't worry,
I can't believe you told me on a live show.
Thank you. I appreciate the secrecy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ale commented, he said, global warming / climate change is real, y'all. Yeah, it really is, and we're feeling it, but I mean, those poor polar bears.
I'm all for it. Yeah, I'm all for climate change. I'm all for it.
Yeah, but the polar bears.
They could come here. I like polar bears. We have bears here. I like
they can live in my backyard with my stray cats that I feed. I don't care.
I don't want to run into a stray polar bear. I got to be honest.
Really? Have you ever played any video games? That happens all the time.
I don't play video games. Another tell about me.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes you'll run into a stray dragon in some video games. It just depends.
Yeah, exactly. At least we don't have that, Robin.
I'd be cool with a dragon.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right, so let's get right into it. Let's talk a little bit about the Bid Break Season 3 quick recap. I could not get the videos uploaded. I am so sorry, Ale. I know you're watching, but I couldn't get the videos uploaded. So let's do a quick little recap of Season 3.
Season 3. So we had quite a few contestants start out at the beginning of the season. I want to say about half of them were able to submit their music videos that the challenge requires. So each season, our contestants are required to submit a homemade music video, and they're not allowed to pay any help. It's supposed to be kind of like this DIY thing. They have 3 months to do it. And I would say about half of last season's competitors were able to meet the requirements for the videos. And we had 3 finalists. We had the Boog, we had Running in Flip Flops, and we had the Crates. They're all original awesome Pennsylvania bands. Phenomenal. So good. I said no matter who was going to play at the finale, it was going to be such a good show. I didn't even care who ended up there.
Yeah.
You know,
I love this contest because each round, like, you just see who gives more of a shit, who gives more. Am I allowed to curse on here?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Who gives a shit, and like the second round, who gives more of a shit. You know what I mean? Like, you see who's committed, and that's why like everyone like ends up being like, oh, Ale's tough and he has these deadlines and blah blah blah. But it's like, guess what? That's what shows who's a good band and who's not. And like, you really see, like, last year is a perfect example, like the Crates coming out of that, and even finding Running in Flip Flops. That band is so good. And the Boog, they're from down by old Kentucky Shark, who won the year before. And it's like, we're just bringing all that music back up here. That's good. We need to make pacts with these other areas in Pennsylvania. The PA is just like, we have our own mountains and we just don't talk to people on the other sides.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because I was thinking yesterday how there are all these little pockets of music, but it doesn't seem like they're very interconnected. So seeing the Boog come up and an old
That's
Kentucky
why
shed.
there's like 10 cities in between Scranton and Wilkes-Barre. It's like we all couldn't just agree to make one cool city. It's like, you guys ever
There's
think
4
that? Or
cities, they just call them 18 different things.
that's what I mean. It's like you drive down Main Ave and it's like I just went through 13 towns we could have all made into one city and maybe got all our tax dollars reduced. Like it's if
Yeah.
you ever think about it, I don't know.
You
So,
think
yeah.
that's bad? Like, I live in Hazleton, and we have West Hazleton, Hazleton Heights, Hazel Township, and Hazleton,
Yeah.
and they're all like in the exact same area. And then you go like 4 miles down the road, it's Drums, Sugarloaf. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why can't we just call it What's-Bear? Like, just the What's-Bear general area and call it a day.
Right.
Yeah, that's like when my parents were kids, like they had like two, like Manuka and Scranton had two, like a high school of its own just for Manuka. It's like that's because they didn't have cars though. So I guess that makes sense. It's like they really did have to walk 30 miles everywhere. Like
Uphill.
Yeah,
it's kind of fucking
one way
if you think
uphill.
about it, like we are that generation where that turn was taken. Like we don't have to walk anywhere, thank God.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then we got climate change. Boom. Take
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Love that. I love that for us, honestly. We're doing great.
Yeah, we did it. We did it.
Mhm.
But yeah, the contest has been good. Like last season was the finale was great. It was at Finnegan's. This year I think we're doing it every round at the same spot, which is the Keystone stage, just because they're the
Yes.
fucking best. I keep thinking I can't curse on here. I hate for saying effing. They're the effing best.
Yeah,
But
they
yes.
were awesome to us last season. We ended up having to make some changes real quick, and they were a venue that really pulled through for us.
Yeah.
They've been giving us a hand, and like John said, we're going to do all of our shows there this year. It's pretty much the only all ages venue in the immediate vicinity. So that was tough with the crates last season, was that they were under 21. So having any performances at bars or other venues that were not all ages venues, they had to have guardians, and there was all kinds of other provisions we had to put in place. So being able to go through the Keystone this season for season 4 is going to make a big difference, and we're hoping that draws more bands that aren't necessarily over the
I
age
love
of
that
21.
hurdle too.
We
Like
do have.
yeah, I love that hurdle because like the crates, like, bands that are that age have to learn how to play with in bars and around like there is only one place that's all ages. You have to learn how to play in a bar. You have to learn how to play with your guardian. Or like if you want to be a
Mhm.
band and start that early, you do have to learn that kind of stuff if you want to play around here. You know?
And it's funny you say that, because there's this band called the Big Blitz. They're out in Pittsburgh, and they're a 3-piece
Jesus,
band.
bud.
They're all kids. They tour around at these major festivals with their
Yeah.
parents, and it's
Yeah.
like, if you want to
Their
do
parents
it
are
and you got
living
the
the dream.
support, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I hopefully if I ever have kids, that's gonna be my kid.
yeah, dude. My kid better be a goddamn rock star. So I'm going to adopt a rock star.
So yeah, we're hoping that that's going to be a little bit less of a, I guess, a deterrent for the younger bands to be able to play at an all ages venue for this season.
We have such a diverse pool of talent in this year's contestants too. Like we're doing these big break takeovers where we go to different bars, and we have
So
such like a
exciting.
menu that we could go to bars with and be like, hey, if you want this type of music, we have these 3 bands that could play, and it's very cool that we even right when you enter the contest, you're automatically given some of the benefits of the contest. Or signing you up for shows. We're getting you into venues you might not be able to do. So it's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I love that. And it's like you guys were saying with the all ages thing, because that's a big hurdle, especially because there's not that I know of, aside from the Keystone stage, I could probably name you like maybe 2 other all ages venues around here. And I think that having all ages venues, I think that not only opens it up for younger bands to play, but then, they'll bring their friends or maybe their younger brother or their younger sister, as long as they're not 4 years old. But hey, I mean, I would be that mom with my 4-year-old son just rocking the fuck out to Slipknot. Like, I don't care,
Yeah,
but
dude.
I'm
Is that a
sure
baby in the bar?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it is a baby. He loves Pantera.
It used to be babies in bars all the time, right?
Yeah, dude, that baby fucking loves metal.
That's what my mom would say. Hi,
Yeah.
Don't
Mom.
worry.
I bet she's watching.
Hey, Mom, she's at the bar.
Thanks
Yeah,
for bringing me to the bar
exactly.
when I was a baby. Sorry, Mom.
Don't worry, he's fine. He has earplugs. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, the baby's just chilling there with the
All
biggest apple
ages.
juice.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But shout out to some of the bar owners too. Like some of the bar owners are okay. Like there's a band, two of the kids were my interns at special guests. I think you met the two kids, Zach and I call them Zach and Cody.
Yeah, they're real
I
sweet.
always, yeah, they're the shit. I think Zach, their last name is Kyle, but they are in room 108.
Zach and
You ever hear of
Cody.
room 108?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like an up and coming band. They've been playing the open mics for Rich recently, and they've been killing it.
Woo,
They got
Rich.
into classics, they got into the V spot. Like everybody's loving them, and it's like you just gotta like be okay with going to a bar and being okay. I'm 18, but let us play, and then we'll just go pretend to hang out in the parking lot. You know, like I don't know. You're like,
Exactly.
you got to figure it out, man. We did it. I did it when we were in 8th grade. Like that's at that time, like our schools were throwing shows for bands though. Like, it was such a different time. I mean, the
Yeah, it's
Jessup
different.
Dome existed, Metro existed, everything existed all age, you know. It
Yeah.
was weird how like all the shows I went to as a kid, they're like drinking wasn't even in, maybe because I was under 21.
Yeah,
Oh,
and now that
we
you're
said we
saying
were
that,
prepared for this.
I'm imagining like Eleanor Rigby's. That was like my
Oh,
heyday
Eleanor
of
Rigby's
show
was great.
going. Yeah, and they were a venue that I could get into. You know, I
Yeah.
wasn't 21 when I was going out to shows at that point. So to be able to have a place like that with some really cool acts coming through, I
Mhm.
love that we've got these little venues with these bigger names. And
Yeah.
it's like you said before, cheers to the bar owners for letting the younger kids get their feet wet.
I don't want to just carry on with this, but it's kind of like we don't have a medium-sized venue. So what a medium-sized venue would be like, it's kind of what's the one up in Strasbourg called?
The Sherman
Sherman.
Showcase.
Sherman. So like we don't have a Sherman type thing anymore around here. There's no like medium-sized theater. So like nowhere is setting an example that you can make money that way, other than like the Curry Center. But that's a theater. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So other than that, you either have Montage or what's it called, like where the hockey games are played. So it's like we don't
Mohegan
have
Sun.
something. Yeah, or Mohegan Sun, but like those are big. You're getting paid a lot of money to the like. There's no middle like where Motionless in White on their rise could go play. Like Motionless in White can't go play at the Mohegan Sun. That's just not what Mohegan Sun hires. You know, it's
Right.
just not what they do. But now they're famous because there were venues like Metro letting them play the big shows with big names and big acts. We just don't have that anymore.
Mhm.
It's weird. It's just they
Who's
don't
out
make
there who
money.
wants to start one? Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, please.
Yeah. We'll all pitch in.
Yeah, we'll do it as a community.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You all, it's like the Green Bay Packers. We all own a share of it.
Yeah.
Someone has to do the dishes and stuff, though. Like we have to, we have to
I'm
figure
not.
that out.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm just there to party, dude. I am not taking any responsibility over this.
I mean, I don't care about responsibility. I just hate doing dishes. So if somebody else volunteers, then I'm back in.
I'm just thinking of all
Nose
the
goes.
small, like, just think, like, you have to cut the grass there. You have to, like, all those things about a venue. You have to have insurance. I don't even know how to get insurance, let alone for a building. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. And there's like liability, and I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
even
I
know
don't
what
want
the
kids
fuck that
smoking weed
means.
in
Like,
my place. Like, rah.
yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Let me
Get
rephrase.
out.
I know what liability means. I don't know what the fuck it means in insurance.
Dude, I don't know. I don't want to sue some kid's parents because I beat them up. Like,
Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't
you
have been
know,
standing in my way in the pit, dude.
they
Like,
shouldn't
I
have
don't
been
know.
in the pit. I punched your son in the face. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was-
Sorry. Maybe keep
Sorry.
out of the pit. I don't know.
All ages, dude.
Yeah.
You go and learn.
Yeah, you're gonna learn today. This has been fun.
So, what is the thing that you guys are most excited for season 4? I just said 4 like 8 times.
That's kind of cool. My phone number growing up was 344-8474. So I had 4 4s in that, and you just said it 4 times. That was an OCD brain thing. Don't worry about that.
Just like the random
Robin.
phone numbers that come up. Oh, I remember that.
Well, it's like I had the number 4 in my, and it's my favorite number. Well, like now we're getting into the number 4.
My
Like
favorite number
she's
because
gone,
it
so
was
we
my
can.
phone
How much does
number,
this
and
background remind you of Sprinkles? Like we're in a
it's
Dunkin'
definitely
Donuts
sprinkles,
vanilla.
right?
Yeah, this feels like a Dunkin' Donuts vanilla frosted.
That was the goal.
Yes, yes, running on Dunkin', baby.
So most excited for season 4. John, do you have a quick answer for that?
I love the production of everything. I love the chaos, like the bad stuff, the good stuff, everything like going into the product. And then like I'll probably end up oversleeping that day and not show up. But like that's what I love of this industry is like people trying to do shit that we all know we can't do and then just pulling it off. Ale's a king of it. Like this contest is a perfect example of like kids doing something that they didn't know they could do. And like now we could sell it to companies.
Yeah.
So it's like just got to stick with it. It's like this is the fourth year or fifth year he's done it. Like once you're there that far, you just be like, bitch, I did this. Like I know what I'm doing, and like your sponsors come back every year and they pay a little bit more and then respect you a little bit more. And Ale did a great job making sure sponsors got recognized and mentioned, and he does a great job with that now. And it's just good to see it grow. But like I said, I'm the kind of guy that like won't show up on the contest day because I overslept. Like that's what excites me about this stuff.
But I mean, going on what you said, the best part about not showing up because you overslept is nobody's gonna bat an eye that you overslept.
Yeah, well, no, I would get so yelled at. Ale would talk to me.
Yeah, no, I know. But like,
I would be like, "Hey, handsome," in his DMs for like 4 days straight. No,
only 4.
No, I would keep going, but no one's lasting 4 days being mad at me. There's no chance. I wouldn't do something to hurt somebody that much. I love sleep. I love sleeping. On my cat and my couch. Moody's. I hate plans.
Oh man.
I think for me for season 4, what I'm personally like selfishly most excited for is when we start recording our break room series after the music videos are submitted.
Because you get to do the little.
Not even that, but I do.
Oh, you were so good at that, dude. You were good at that.
Thank you.
I know. See, that's why I like AL. He runs a tight ship, and he has the clicker thing on his sets. Like he's got his
that man is so patient. He has taught me so much.
Yeah,
and there are moments where I can struggle with things. I will admit that. And believe it or not, that it's referred to, I guess, as a slate in filming production. Yes. And so when I was learning to slate the scenes, I don't know why I had such a hard time with it, but I couldn't get the awkward. Words right.
You have to they're like, all right, put it literally like in his nose, and you're just like,
yeah, it was so okay, uncomfortable. I'm like,
and
I'm gonna get really close to you.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm in that, like that's in my career, and I don't know what they're doing there. I don't know what anything's going on.
So my understanding with the slate is it's making sure all of the cameras recognize like the colors and that the focus is correct, I think. But
okay,
now
that's what I
could
thought
be guessing if AL wants to chime in there. But that is half of why I'm excited.
He's like,
yeah. No, so that's half of why I'm excited for the break room. But this season, what we're doing is everybody who submits a music video is invited to perform a stripped session for us.
So
what does that mean?
So in the break room, it's our series where we have kind of reminds us of like the NPR Tiny Desk concerts where they come in, everything's a little bit stripped down, or they do it acoustic style, and the bands will play a song or a couple of songs for us, and then they'll have video and audio on our YouTube that they can share. And so I love seeing I love like I don't know if a remix is the right word, but I love seeing bands do something different with a song that I know. So getting to see how they're going to re-envision that is exciting, like on the creative aspect, but also being a part of it behind the scenes and getting to know the bands and understand the way that they perform and they're in these settings getting to know people like that is really cool too.
What was cool last year is seeing like you guys like stacked up like 9 or 10 of them in that one day, and just seeing you guys
Oh
like
my
work
goodness.
through like a chaotic like moving
Thank
bands in,
you to the
moving bands
bands
out.
that were so patient with us during that process while we were doing the interviews and the break room sessions for season 3.
I
It
was
was
there taking
definitely a
bands
learning
on lunches.
experience.
I was just like, hey, let's go grab a bite to eat while you're. I just took
Yeah.
them. I had like 10 lunches that day.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, how many lunches did you have that day?
Yeah, dude, there's like that's where like that's what I love about these contests. Like you just don't know, like, yo, okay, we need to pull this off today because we just don't know
That's the time that we
how
have for
to
it.
pull this off yet. And then you end up at the end of the day and it's like, whoa, AL did. AL knew how to pull it off, and thank God we were there for that.
The
He's good
fires
at
that he
that.
can put out, he should have the title of
See,
volunteer
that's where like
firefighter.
I think AL is good at like making sure like the fire truck is there and we're all like in order and stuff. But like AL, like if there's a fire, he's like, fire, 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 make sure everything is there. Like we had people like me and you, we're like, man, yeah, just put the fire out, man. Like,
Sometimes, but
yeah, well, you're like you're learning from AL, and I'm just like a cold, dark person that doesn't let anybody in. No, I know. I was kidding. I was kidding. But like AL like is like trying to teach you and stuff, whereas like I go onto the set and I just like sit on the floor and I'm just like a waste and like,
you are
like
chaotic.
but I do loosen people up. Like it
Yes.
makes them feel, because like when a guest shows up and AL's there like pumping like
He's
Tarantino,
in
like
director
they get
mode
nervous too.
on
Like
set.
they get nervous too, and like you got to make them feel like, bro, this is just a local music contest. Like you're gonna have fun with this. This is awesome. You're getting great content from this session. Like, dude, we give them basically like a unplugged acoustic version of their song, and it's with a music video, an interview after with Johnny, which is like you can just like go have fun with.
Yeah,
It's
that
great
was
social media
a good part
content,
of
Johnny.
season 3.
Yeah, Johnny's wearing like just suit coats that his mom and dad made for him.
His
Which I
mom's
have
couch.
to ask, I've been staring at it this entire stream. Is that a giant like head of Johnny on your wall, John?
Sure is.
Yeah, so there was at the big break finale last year, there was just like a wall that you were able to take pictures in front of and stuff, and I guess they had cutouts of Johnny and I think just Johnny, and everybody was
Johnny's
taking pictures.
face, so you can like
Johnny's face. They used Johnny, like Ale used Johnny for his role perfectly last year. Like Johnny was a character on the whole podcast. Like with his sponsors, he would do this thing before every show where he calls them out and like names them and says like how to get like up the iron and blah 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 and all this stuff. And it's like that's what sponsors want to see, that you like aren't just putting them in social media posts and just like, oh, this guy gave me $2,500 for this. It's like, do you even know like who that guy is or anything, or like anything about his product? It's like, what's the point of a sponsor at that point? And it's the $2,500. It's the $2,500 they give him. But no, but he's like, yeah, Johnny's the man though. I love Johnny. It is a cutout of his head. I had to take it immediately when I saw it. He's my intern too, forever intern, and now I have a cutout head of my intern, which I'll use like a voodoo doll if I'm mad at it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Dual purpose.
That's the face from the I Love Johnny shirts on our merch booth.
Yeah. We have the Big Break has a shirt that's like Johnny's face and it says I love Johnny. I had that shirt. I should have worn that shirt.
What do you think we should get? I love so and so for all the members.
Yeah. You guys brought that up. That's easy. Like AL's the one that builds the store, so he can easily.
I think we should do it.
I agree with
that
it.
Sounds fun.
I love that makes the I Love Johnny one even more valuable. Now everybody wants one because that was limited.
Yeah, exactly. And now you're gonna send the I Love Johnny one to like a celebrity and have them like open it and wear it on TikTok and go viral.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what unboxings were huge, dude. That was the best because you could just send people shit and just get the social clip from it. And it's like
exactly.
It's like there's Dave Portnoy like just holding like my big company's like printout paper. Like,
thank you for a piece of paper.
Yeah. It says poop on it. You're just like, yes.
Thank you for the used napkin. Yeah.
Like, babe, look.
Yeah, like just like the stupidest shit. Yeah.
No,
Although,
I get it.
we're over here like roasting those unboxing videos, yet there's an 8-year-old that like makes like $2 million a year doing that.
Oh, I'm
Stop.
not
Come
roasting.
on.
I think
You're
they're
so
genius,
right.
dude.
Yeah.
Any content that's born naturally out of just so like COVID happened and things like Tiger King, which is another story, unboxing videos. Everybody started doing podcasts because we're all just stuck here. Like, I will always be on the side of shit that just happens like that, you know? Like, I love that everybody got into podcasts. That's good. Everybody should be talking to each other more and realizing, like, hey,
Oh, yeah.
conversation, not a fight, dude. Like, we could literally be mad at each other and laugh. It's like we disagree.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, exactly. And just,
Cool.
just fucking
That's
like
fun.
vibe and talk nonsense.
Yes,
You know?
yes, exactly. It's like therapy for me. I basically, at this point, I'm doing it every day of the week, and it's like I could sit here and talk to no one and just be like, this is my peace place.
Are
Until it
you
gets
the therapist in this situation? Do I have to pay you right now?
well, like sitting there talking to yourself on a mic's the hardest thing to do. I don't know if you've ever done it, but like it is hard. I know. I meant Herb. I know you do it all the time, Robin.
I talk to myself all the time. Yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
See, I talk to myself too because I work in radio, so I never stop speaking, whether it's to myself or to my computer or
exactly. Like I've been talking in my head for years, and like once I got here, like I'll do a podcast with people, and I'll get there, and they'll be late because they're irresponsible idiots that do podcasts, and it's just like I sit there and just like don't talk, and there'll be viewers there and just watching me in silence, like on my phone, and it's the most peaceful time of my life. Like I get to the point where I get upset when people show up. Like I just want to just like put on this shtick that I'm just not talking to the camera and just make this noise like like just like this is what I do.
You just get a little sign to put next to yourself that says, "Please go."
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is the real. Yeah, this is the realest me you'll ever find here. I am me.
One time,
John comes.
One time before, like I started getting into the podcast in like early 2019, my friend was live on Instagram and did not know what to talk about, so she didn't speak. She literally just sat there eating cereal like for 2 hours and had like 5,000 viewers.
A lot of cereal.
And said nothing for those 2 hours.
Yeah, I love the there's those TikTok streams that people like. I'm not gonna fall asleep. I'm gonna try to stay up as long as I can, and then like you could tip to like blow like a air horn.
Yeah,
that's the most genius like I'm a marketing guy. Like that's like, like, dude, that's like inventing Facebook. Like, that's the smartest shit in the world. Like, you just manipulate people's brain for a social media event like that, and you could just like, I'm not even tired. I just fake it. Like, and they tip me all the money. I love that. I don't know why I got onto that topic. That's creepy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
That's creepy as shit. I wish I didn't end there.
I wish I didn't know what you were talking about too. But
I hope it was dead air or something.
Me too. But like, you know what? I'd be scrolling through TikTok, and sometimes honestly, I'll like stop and watch it. And I'm like, what? And like, I don't know. It's one of those things like you can't look away.
Everything, and we talked about this on the podcast last night, or Ayla did with our guest, and TikTok just, I don't understand it. If you have somebody on your team that knows how to use it and like can rip through videos and knows how to make daily, like, some people just know how to make daily videos, even if it's them singing in their car. Like, it's hard to do that every day consistently. So like, just hand it to that person, because TikTok is not for our social media generation. It just,
it's really fun to watch.
I love like going down rabbit holes on there.
It was bad for me to try and get into Instagram a couple of years ago, and now that there's TikTok too, I'm sorry, but I refuse. Maybe I've hit an age.
You're drawing a line in the sand.
Like this,
that's
but
that.
like maybe I've just hit that point where it's like I don't want to keep up with technology anymore.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
No, you just admit that like there is something that's like smarter than you out. Like, you just gotta admit, like, yo, it's not for me. Like, I'm not the guy who understands. Like, at our company, Jelly knows how to use TikTok. Like, she posts videos and gets thousands of views. So it's like, guess what? You're handling that, because like I know how to make people laugh on social media, so I'll do that. Like,
that's something that I'm loving about the Big Break is like there is such diverse talent and skills on our team, and it feels like when we're all doing what we like are best at and feel good doing is when the best stuff comes out. So like Ben started
And
doing some of the TikTok stuff, like when we were on PA Live the other day,
yeah, that's
and
it.
I was like watching him do it. I'm like, I don't
I can't
understand
do
it,
that.
but I'm really glad you do.
Yeah, I can't.
I'll
Like,
take
I make
Instagram.
video. I make video, but I can't sit there and be the guy on my phone like, look at me, like get
Yeah.
to the camera. I just will never be that guy. It's not me. I am not that person, and it's like that's pretty essential to be a social media manager, John. You gotta do that. I need to stop
Yeah.
going on podcasts and talking about why I'm bad at my job. Anyways, this is the 570 Press podcast. I'm here with Robin from the Big Break. So are we allowed to talk about contestants that are on this year's Big Break yet or no?
So
I know
we
we
are not allowed to announce any contestants really until the signups have closed.
want to talk about any run-ins with the law that you've had in your past or any skeletons in your closet.
Probably not on this platform, but I really appreciate you asking.
Yeah. I'm here.
I got pulled over once on a leap day.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Does that count?
It didn't that day. I didn't. I mean, the outcome was
I
positive
could
for
tell
me.
how
I'll leave it
confused
at
you are
that.
that it's not even a real thing. Like it's just poofed away after it happened. Like they had that
Technically, I
happen.
think the police officer was a leprechaun and everything. So
What?
Dude, the longer somebody could go on with the fake conversation with me, the more I love that person. Like if you can go maybe a lifetime talking about something that's not real with me in the same paragraph, run-on sentence, I love you.
I got you.
Okay, hello, I am back. All I heard was a leprechaun. I got very confused. Okay, I am back.
Thank you for being back.
Yes, I actually was here the whole time, but I don't think you guys could hear me, so I disconnected and reconnected.
It's okay. Like I said, we can naturally handle.
John did phenomenal in your absence.
Yeah, we did great. Yeah.
Yes,
I gotta give him
I
credit
even gave you. I even did a name call plug. We're at the 570 Press podcast.
Hell yeah!
What is?
Yeah.
Oh, so you put Hazelton. I can't read upside down, let alone normal. How my brain was built.
No. So that's fine. Like I said, I was here the whole time. I heard everything, and I was like talking. I'm like, oh shit, they can't hear me.
Oh, that's we do on my shows. If somebody mutes themselves and doesn't unmute themselves and they start talking and we notice it, we try to go on as long as we can with it. It's one of my favorite things. It happened last night, and the one kid on my podcast was just like, "This is gonna be the best night ever. Like this is gonna be great tonight." Like that's just the small things that hype you up. AL said I got it right. Wow, be a little, yeah.
I heard that story.
I feel like
that's a long story.
Before we've known
I was just gonna say, now I need to hear that story, but we're on a time restriction here.
Yeah.
We'll have to do another one.
Yeah.
How long? I don't know how long of a time or how tight of a time restriction we have, but how long do we have here?
We're at 32 minutes. Usually cuts off at 45, so about 13. Yeah.
Nice.
How long have you been doing this?
How long have I been doing this? Since 2019.
Awesome. And you said you're in radio?
Yes, I work in radio.
What radio station you work for?
Magic 105.
Magic 105, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, dope. So is that Cumulus or Intercom?
No.
Or is that independent?
I interned at Cumulus right after college, and I worked at KRZ up until COVID hit, and I got laid off from there. And now Magic 105 is locally owned.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So that's not Magic 10. What
Magic 93.
Oh, that's Magic now. Okay, because I was like Frankie in the morning.
No, Magic 93 is Cumulus.
Yeah, that's where I worked. That show is a beast. That dude makes so much money.
Yeah.
That guy makes all the money.
Can we talk about how Hot 97 is a thing again? Do y'all remember when 97 BHT, I guess it was Hot 97, like way back when? What was it before that? Anything?
Then I grew up to find out Hot 97 was a big radio station in all cities. Like that was, and we everyone's like, oh, we had our Hot 97 too. Like that's what Howard Stern was on back in the day, was Hot 97.
Oh.
K-Rock, but it was called K-Rock, but we had 97 BHT. You know what I mean? They all had their different signals, but they were basically all owned by one company then too. I'm learning a lot. I'm listening to all like old Howard Stern. It's great.
97.9 used to be based in Hazleton, and I forget what the hell they were called. Something with a mountain. Something with a mountain, like years and years ago. Like I'm talking like mid-late 90s. I don't remember. But I know that they were based in Hazleton, yeah.
The best radio station we had around here was Fuzz 92.1. That was
100%.
Oh my god! I mean,
100%.
that was Duffy and what's his name? He doesn't work for radio anymore. Tom. But they ran that radio station like how you run an up and coming radio station from ground up, and it was like, and then they got bought and sold, and then like just corporatized, and now they're back at zero. But it's just like, yo, that's how Duffy got his shtick in radio, because he built that station. And then like it's gone now. It's not what it used to be, but it used to be like so clutch for like what the hell is that band's name? Oh shit, with the banjos and shit. They were the Irish guys.
Mumford and
Son. They would just play a Mumford and Sons song, and I would just be like.
There were like 4 songs on that station that never stopped playing, but I will never forget Fuzzworthy was like the great. I still have all those playlists saved on Spotify.
I used to tweet them all the time, and with just puns, like just hard puns, just like I'm not fuzzing kidding, like it's shit like that. And I would just like every day I was when I worked for Red Bone, I'd just sit like at my office and just be like Duffy. And now that I ended up working for Duffy, and like it's like shit. I don't know how to tell you this one.
He's awesome though. He's awesome.
Yo, he's the man. We saw him when we were at when we went to PA Live. We saw him. He was doing something for a bowling benefit he was doing, but he was in the lobby there with us. He's the man. He's a great dude.
Yeah, he is. Him and Lazy E, love them both.
Lazy E.
Yeah, he's cool too.
Yeah. Dory used to work there. She was great. She was on Nash. There's a couple radio stations there.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah. So you like doing this stuff? Like you want to make a career out of it?
I do, yeah. Yeah,
I want to be on the big break team soon enough.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Do you like working for no money for a nonprofit now? It's really the best work.
I just graduated from Berkeley, so
there you go.
Congratulations.
That's useful.
Yeah, I have a ton of credentials I don't get paid enough for too. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's like that's where I learned like things like a big break. This is where you get your like. This is how you get good in your industry. You do these kind of projects. You do. Oh my God, why is this testing my speaker? But yeah, it's like you got to do these things where maybe you're not making the money you deserve, but it's like, yo, take no money and get the experience of running something like this or working with people like Ale and Robin and that stuff. Like we're learning basically how to run a nonprofit at this point, like filing for nonprofit status. We're like talking to corporations about sponsorships. It's like, whoa, dude, we did a good job so far, huh, guys? Like high fives.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I gotta say, like the learning aspect of it is amazing, but the experience too. Like you can't pay to have the experiences that we get to have sometimes with these bands and the people in the area that are in the music scene.
The best.
Like volunteering is definitely
like that punk show they had this weekend. Like that was awesome. That kids did that. They did like a memorial show in a kid's living room. Like that's what Scranton's music scene's about. And it was probably the most insane show ever. Just a bunch of kids packed into a room with a red light bulb in there and just like Bobby Keller's band screaming in your ear. Like that's what I fucking love about Scranton and Parade Day, which is tomorrow. Shout out. Yeah. Shout out Parade Day. Hell yeah.
So how can bands who have never participated in the Big Break, how can they sign up? What can they expect when they do sign up?
Robin, you got this.
Sure. So bands that want to sign up can go to our website, thebigbreak.org/contest. Or you can go to thebigbreak.org and push the button that says contest. We like to make it easy. So when they do that, they're going to
You sounded like a tutorial there. You lost her. Continue though. You sounded like a tutorial, and I love that. Like
I'm trying. My customer service experience takes over. Yeah, I was a phone agent.
Yeah.
And I would talk people through computer programs. So
that one was short. That one was short.
That was
you ever see Rango and the girl in that movie? She just always freezes, and she's like, "How long was it?"
Is it like that?
I have never seen that movie in my life. I have
Rango?
no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh,
I know
you've never
Rango
seen
has a
Rango?
chameleon, or was that
Oh,
Rio?
Oh my
I've never
God,
seen
Rango is
Rango.
like, oh, it's a Nickelodeon movie. It's basically about tripping and psychedelics and being a lizard. It's so good, but it's for kids. I shouldn't have started off with
I
psychedelics.
should
It's
watch
like
it.
it's about
See-
the mind.
See, while most children were watching like Barbie Dreamhouse and shit, I was either watching Charlie and the Chocolate Factory
Yes.
or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and there was absolutely no in between.
That's awesome. I went on my girl I dated. Like the first date we went on was a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie. Held hands that night and made out. Shout out. Yeah.
Shout out Charlie and the
Johnny would be
Chocolate
proud.
Factory.
Yeah, I was yeah. The young lad.
Yo, why is it that movie is almost 20 years old now?
Yeah, I know. It sucks. I know. It's tough. It's cool that
Oh,
I was
boy.
born in the 90s though, because like I can't wait till our parents' generation don't have like the platform to stand on anymore. We could just start blaming every problem that we have on them. But like the 90s being 30 years
Why do
away
you do
is
that?
just insane. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. It's nuts. It's like we're getting way too old and these kids are getting so young and they're good at music, and it's like I don't know how to just like approach them. And it's like, dude, it's like it's a kid. Like, but he's like, he probably knows how to use TikTok, dude. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, like
Like, what do you want me to say?
he probably has a credit score. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Let me drop a line from Hook on him. It's like he's never seen Hook, dude.
yeah. I'll tell you, my oldest moment was last year. I was working at Sally Beauty, and my coworker was born in 2003, and I was like, you know what movie I saw in theaters in 2003? The fucking Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
And my
The
coworker was
Pokemon
like,
movie. Thank you very much.
my coworker was like, how old are you? I was like, oh, stop asking me that.
Yeah, that's nuts. Dude, like Carm's little brother, like I don't think he was even born or he was like 1 for 9/11, or he wasn't even born. Yeah, he was born in 2004. He wasn't even born in 2011. That's when I realized I was old. I was like, you little shit, you don't even know what we had to go through that day. Like that was crazy.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
I realized how hard it is today. So today, you know, these kids are like dealing with all that stuff. It's tough, man.
Yeah, I think the biggest realization was there's this meme that often circulates. It's like today, like there's children being born whose parents were born after Shrek came out in 2001.
I love how much
All
respect
right.
you put on memes. Can I just say that? You're like the wise person that walks through people's lives and just pops up with the most dank memes.
Yeah, literally.
Like with the
that's
walking
literally
stick
me.
in a chat like a stone tablet of memes. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'll just be standing there, I'll just be like, and I'm just holding up a meme. Yeah.
You're the guy in that's a meme.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's me.
This has been fun. You do a good job on this. I like that it's just you and you just be yourself and you don't have like any type of like, oh, we got to do this segment, blah blah blah. It's fun to talk by yourself and shit.
Thank you. Yeah, it's it's I like it because I don't have to worry about somebody saying, oh, don't say that, or don't do this or don't do that. I can just do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I have to go challenge myself, I put myself in situations where I'm not allowed to say things. So I'm in one right now.
You're doing great. You're doing
Yeah.
real good.
Yeah. Hang in there.
It was like sign these legal documents to make sure. He's like, I don't want you saying something dumb, John.
Yeah, because then it's a whole big thing and there's all kinds of paperwork. No,
it's like I'm an idiot, and like you don't realize like podcast people take things very seriously on these things, and it's like you go on these to help people. Don't say bad shit, and it's as long as you just be yourself. You could say whatever the hell you want on podcast. Just don't be a bad person.
Yep, exactly.
Just be mean to people. And they'll get over it. They'll love it.
Yeah.
They'll come on here with your sprinkles and everything.
Yeah, with my Dunkin' Donuts cake background or whatever.
So good. Cookie dough. Oh. You ever had that donut? Oh, we're running out of time. I can't talk about it.
You guys have been great. Seriously, thank you so much for coming on. And everybody watching, listening, wherever you find your podcasts, I don't know. But But make sure you check out the bid break, and if you don't participate in the bid break, at least go and check out a show. I know that I'm definitely going to try and get out there this year. I've been saying that for a year and a half, but I always end up working. But now I'm
So if
probably
you doing this means more to going a show or doing anything to help us means more.
Yeah, thank
than the
you for
world
having
to me.
us.
Like giving
Oh,
a
yeah.
shit about it matters to me. That's all I care.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know, and anything I can do to help, you know, like I said, it always happens that like it's a day I'm working and I'm usually working like the most obnoxious shift. Like I think last year I was working like 1 to like 10:30 and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then like
do it at work.
Yeah, and what?
Just do it at work. Just do it right at work.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's perfect.
That's it. Yeah, just right at work. Hey.
Well, thank you guys so much. This was so much fun.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
thank
this
you
was
too.
Yep.
big
Have a
breakdown.
good night.